Otherwise, so many devotees, they had already booked their flight. And some, they were sending messages. Prabhuji, एक सीट खाली है क्या? You see, right? It's not by our own, effort that we book a train and we book a flight and we come to Dham. No, it's not possible. It's only the mercy of the Lord. And what is the mercy? What is the mercy? One nice devotee giving nice example. Mercy का मतलब क्या होता है? He was saying that, one time, one person asked, can you tell me the secret of being a millionaire? I see that, you have become rags to riches very quickly. What was your secret? And this person said, just I was selling apple. I was selling apple and then I became a millionaire. Really? Can you tell us? We also want to do the same business. How did you start? How it happened? I did. Somehow somebody gave me some rupees. It was enough to buy 1 dozen of apple. And I went to the market, I sold it, and I came back and I got profit and I bought 2 dozens of apple. And I went to the market, I sold it, I got enough profit to buy 4 dozens. Okay, थोड़ा सा अभी सस्ता है. 4 dozens of apple. And then once again he went and distributed it, sold it, and he got enough profit to get 8 dozens of apple. उसके बाद क्या होता है बताओ? Is it that by selling just dozens of apple you got a millionaire? No. The next day, once I went there with 8 dozens of apple and I was searching who will now take it. I was so desperate, and then one of the buyer came and said, "Oh, your great grandfather, he has kept a millionaire. He has kept a $1 million with you, and it's now lying. And I was searching for you for a long time. Now I've just come here to deliver it." So is it that by selling apples you got a millionaire? No. So yes, whatever, the kind of chanting we do, sote, right? Or, the kind of seva that we do, khate, right? It's not by, our own effort. Yes, we're just trying to put some effort, some baby steps, but the real, achievement that we'll get it, only by the causeless mercy of the Lord and His devotees. Otherwise, we don't have any qualification. But that causeless mercy will be triggered. If that person would have slept in the home, you would not have got that person. Right? Yes, we have to put our endeavor to show that, yes, कर रहा हूँ, मैं try कर रहा हूँ. Just yes. And then once you come into these places like this, today morning, Prabhu, you were sharing so wonderfully. This place, to dhams, we come here for 2 purposes. What? To purify our intent and to prioritize, to intensify our Panchanga Bhakti. Prabhuji spoke very nicely. The whole goal of coming to Dham is to purify the intent. We do this bhakti for what? Not na dhanam, na janam, na sundari. For we don't need anything else. That is the intent we should have in performing bhakti. Not to get followers, not to get big bank balance, not to do anything else. And second, intensify. Right? Yes, it's not one of the many things that we have, but how our Acharya is saying Krishna conscious is not part of life, but is the way of life. It is a way of life. How we can ingrain Krishna in our heart, and each and every activity that we do, it should be for the pleasure of the Lord and His devotees. Yes, we come to Dham, right, to transform ourselves, to change our heart. So what happens? We have come here because of bhogo vancha. To enjoy, we have come to this material world. And now that bhoga vritti has to be transformed to seva vritti. So as long as, even in dham, we are trying to enjoy. If it means that, I'll go quickly, pushing all the devotees to take fast darshan or fast prasadam, is it a seva vritti or bhoga vritti? You got it? Right? Yes. Our whole purpose is to serve the Lord and His dear devotees. And if we are failing it, I know all the devotees were hungry to honor prasadam, but some devotees were pulling and pushing, even the kids, and they were just trying to go ahead to take prasadam. Is it a bhoga vritti or seva vritti? Yes. But we have come here for what? Seva. Is it really clear? Is it really clear? Right? Yes, this is the place where the currency can be converted. Nowhere else we can convert this. Right? Yes, we can convert whatever dollar or euro, right? Before, if you want to travel somewhere, there are some forex are there. But if you want to go to spiritual world to get the visa and to get the right currency for that, right? In the dham, right? There's a beautiful place to transform ourselves, to change ourselves, to make an effort to please the Lord and His dear devotees. Because only these devotees can help us in taking it to the next phase. Only by their mercy, only by their support, we can go to the next phase. Right? Please, 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 this wonderful opportunity. Yes, we are there in our respective center with 50 devotees, 100 devotees, and 50. And now we are getting an opportunity to serve maybe 600 devotees in whatever seva we do. Either it's a prasadam distribution or it is, boss coordinator seva or whatever seva that we do. Right? So whatever we do here, this 5 days, let's try, to minimize or to stop. Once I said, right, to intensify, right? Prioritize to bring intensity, right? In the Panchanga Bhakti means stop all the shorts, reels, for the next couple of days. Nothing. Only objective is that, Prabhu said in the morning, yes, we want to maximize our return on investment. Now we have a limited time here, how we can put so much of effort, right, in trying to grab the mercy, right? And do you know what is this place? This place is called Alarnath, right? And this place primarily is called Brahmagiri. What is the place? Right? Yes. When Indradyumna, he wanted to establish and inaugurate the temple, Sri Mandira. At that point of time, he and his wife, they went to invite Brahma. And this is the landing place. Yes. Ours also landing place, first landing place is today, right? This is the first darshan. We are also following Brahma Madhav Gaudiya Sampradaya. We are also following the footsteps of Brahmaji. So thanks to our Prabhuji, he really brought where Brahma came. Right? And he started worshipping. Right? Of course, who Brahma knows? Brahma, who is the father of Brahma? From whom he came? Lord Vishnu. That's what he knows. And he really came here and worshipped Lord Vishnu in Chaturdha Murti. Right? And somehow, over a period of time, it was also worshipped by the Alvars. That's why it is called Alvarnath. Now over a period of time, it is called Alarnath, but it is Alvarnath, the Lord of the Alvars. So all the devotees who are followers of Alvars, they came here and they were serving it. And over a period of time, right, there was one family, right? It is called, his father's name was Ketan and his son was, Madhusudan. And one day he went outside somewhere and then he told his son, oh son, yes, in our house, this is the parampara that whatever we do, whatever we honor prasadam, first we offer it to the Lord. And today I'm going out, so mother once cooks, then you offer it, and after that, once it comes, right, then the Lord is happy. And then this Madhu, he went and started offering to the Lord, and then Lord, right, yes, accepted. How? Through a glass. Angani yasya sakalendriya vritti manti pasyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti, right? And the Lord performs all his activities through all his, angas. So yes, whenever we offer bhoga, right, Lord accepts it, right, through his glance. But then this boy, Madhusudan, he didn't know all this intricate philosophy of offering. How does the Lord accept? He was saying, he went out and then he came back and he was, kept as it is. Then he was worried. What happened? Lord, you are also like me. You also don't eat. Even after saying multiple times. Okay, now please, 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 take it. Otherwise, my father and mother, they will be really angry And I also got so many times scolding, right, from my parents. So please ensure that you finish it fast, so that my parents will be happy. And then he went back and he just played all around, and then he came back and what he saw? As it is. And then now, with a prayerful heart, with soft voice, started crying, "Oh Lord, please accept it, please, please." And then seeing the Lord's, the Lord is always Bhakta Vatsala. He cannot really, see the tears of his devotees. Yeah. As soon as the boy left, Lord started honoring, and after that, the boy went, and the plate was empty. And then the boy came out, and mother asked, "Where is now Prasad?" So, "Prasad? Yes, Lord now kind of honored everything." "Oh, is it? Okay." Right? And then it happened, that person, that Ketan, the father, went for a couple of days, and he came after 3 days. And he was saying that, "Okay, now I come back. Now please, get some prasad." And they said, "Prasad? For last 3 days we are fasting." "Why you are fasting?" "Because your son, Madhu, he has been operating the Lord, and then nothing comes out. I don't know whether he is really eating it or he is throwing it somewhere. I don't know what is happening, but somehow we don't see it." And then this Ketan, he said, "Okay, let me now try it. Find out what is really happening." And then he was really hiding, in the back of the door. And he said, "Oh, Madhu, you go and now offer it again." And then as soon as, he was offering this hot kheer, and then Lord, as usual, he started accepting whatever is really offered. And then as soon as Lord was eating that, at that point of time, this Ketan, he jumped, right, and stopped the Lord. "Oh Lord, how can you really eat?" Deity means you just should stand. Right? But the real devotee means he understands the mood of the Lord. Right? Brajendra Nandana. Like, "Oh Lord, you are. Pratima nahi tumi sakshat Brajendra Nandana." A devotee, whenever he sees the Lord, he doesn't see the deity. He sees that it's a Brajendra Nandana. He's Krishna himself. But somehow this Ketan, he was worshipping the Lord, but he didn't have the right attitude for the Lord. So that's why Prabhupada saying in our Nectar of Instruction book, all of you might have read it. Our advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on attitude or action? Attitude of the follower. Yes. In which mood, in which consciousness we are offering that bhakti. Right? It is not that the action really purifies us, but that attitude, the consciousness purifies us. That really elevates us. Nama sankirtana hoye sarvanartha nasa sarva subhodaya Krishna premera ullasa. By just doing Nama Sankirtan, yes, 3 things happen. Sarva anartha nasa, sarva subhodaya, like all the auspicious things will come out, and the prema, the love of Godhead will arise. But then this Nama Sankirtan has to be done with the right consciousness, right mood. And over a period of time, this whole dynasty, this family, they got wiped out. And what happened? Just around 500 back or so, 500 years back, and there was this king, Purushottam Dev. How many of you heard this Kanchi Abhijan story? Kanchi Abhijan story? None of you have heard? It's a very beautiful story. So how this king of Odisha, Gajapati, who is a father of Pratap Rudra Dev, he was going to south to conquer. And at that point of time, the deity, somehow it got unmanifested. Right? Unmanifested, and this deity came and gave that voice, right, to this king that, "Oh, somehow I am really being unmanifested here. Please come and bring me out and start worshipping." Right? So that's how around 500, more than 500 years back, this deity got manifested. And of course, we know that when this king went to conquer even to the south as far as Kanchi, right? And then somehow the Kanchi Raja, he said that, "Okay, let's make an alliance," and he wanted to make his daughter marry Padmavati, marry the king. But then king said, no, no, no. And I just come here to conquer, but now I have to go back for the most important festival that I have. What is that festival? Rath Yatra. So I have to come back. And he said, and then he invited, why don't you also join? It's a beautiful festival. He said, no. King said, okay, I cannot come, but I will send my minister. Another minister came, and as usual, the Rath Yatra started, and Pahondi happened. After that Pahondi, what happens? The king comes and sweeps the door. And as soon as he started, this minister, he came, oh, he's a bhangi, he's not a king. How can our Jema, the princess, can really... Alarnath Bhagavan ki jai. So how can she really marries to a bhangi? It's not possible. Then this minister went back and informed the king, oh, this marriage cannot happen. And as soon as this king declared, right, this king of Purushottam, they said, okay, it's an insult for Lord Jagannath, because serving the Lord Jagannath, how it can be a lowly exercise. And then he went again to really defeat this Kanchi Ganesh. But somehow Lord has his own plan. He got defeated. And then somehow, like he said that, okay, now I have to protect the respect and the man of Lord Jagannath. So as he was coming back in a completely dejected, somehow he got to know that yes, he had gone with so much of enthusiasm to fight, but he went without taking the permission and without taking the blessings of Lord Jagannath. Even if you do enthusiastically, right, we have to take the blessings of the devotees. Right? When Mahaprabhu also used to travel to South India and Vrindavan, he also should taking blessings. So yes, whatever we do, it's important to start with the blessings. And as he was, next time he went, and then Lord said, yes, I will be there with you. And then once everybody heard that, oh, now king is accompanied by Jaga and Badiya, the two brothers, then all the people, even the ladies and the boys, the old men, everybody started accompanying the king. And as they were going, right, not very far from this place, right, there is a place called Manik Patna, right, just maybe around 17 kilometers from here. Right? And in that place, there was a lady who was selling the buttermilk. And she saw that there are two horses going, one black horse, one white horse, and the other two soldiers, they are going. And the soldiers, they got down, and they said, oh, Maya, we need some buttermilk. Is it okay, take. And the lady was pouring, and the two soldiers, they were drinking, and they finished everything. And finally, what's he asked for? Give me money. And then the Jagawaliya said, we don't have money. But then our king is coming, definitely he will give it to you. But then how will you know that, you are his soldiers? Oh, you have some ring, you just show this to king, and definitely he will give it to you. Right? And as happened, the king came, and then once the lady showed this ring, he got to know that it is the Ratna Mudi, this is the diamond ring that was given by the king to the Lord. And he realized that, oh, now my dear Lord, Jaga and Badiya, Jagannath and Baldev, they are going in the front. He went with full enthusiasm, and as soon as the war started, it happened, it closed in just a fraction of a second, because they saw that there are two soldiers with white and black horses. They were really devastating everything. Right? And as expected, right, King Purushottam they won. And then, but King Purushottam said, oh, this Padmavati, she was supposed to be really married. She was thinking that, to marry to a sweeper. Now ensure that she gets married to a sweeper. And so, the king told the minister. And then somehow, right, he brought that Padmavati to Puri. And the minister was thinking how to find now a good sweeper to marry this Padmavati. And then the time came for next Rath Yatra. Right? And what happened? Of course, right, the minister found the best sweeper. Who was that? The king himself. Right? Yes, Krishna Jai Vaje Se Bada Chatur. Right? Somehow that. But here, once again, another story is that, how Lord reciprocates, and not very far from this place, this incident happens, Manik Patna, right? Because the king was so happy with that lady that, he said, okay, you want to get something, now I'll give a whole village to you. And until now, that place is called Manik Patna. Okay, so now let's fast forward a little bit. So that was the king's pastime. But we have come here to this place, and now let's understand a little deeper aspect of this place. This is the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to visit. It is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavad, Chaitanya Mangal, how Mahaprabhu had visited this place. And when Mahaprabhu visited, right, so in different occasions, like there are two occasions, right, like, there was an episode of Chota Haridas, there was this episode of Gopinath Patnaik, during that point of time, Mahaprabhu used to say that don't disturb me with all these worldly discussions, I'll go to Alarnath and sit there and do my bhajan. But most importantly, we'll just discuss a little bit about the pastime that Mahaprabhu used to come just before Rath Yatra. When all of you know Snan Purnima, right? Tomorrow we'll go and we'll see the the Snana Vedi also, where Lord Jagannath Baldev Subhadra takes public bath, and after that, right, Lord goes, right, manifesting his Jwara Leela, his fever pastime, and the door gets closed. But then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his heart would be really, in so much feeling and separation. That's why, because tomorrow morning also we'll be hearing from our Madhavan Prabhu. We'll talk about how this Puri is a university of Braja Prem. Is it really Dwarka or is it Vrindavan? What exactly it is? So here I don't want to break that suspense. But then, yes, Mahaprabhu would be feeling so much of separation, right? Because now he is not able to have a darshan of Lord Jagannath. And then finally, he comes here. One question somebody might ask. In Puri also, there is Tota Gopinath. Right? Lord Krishna's deity is there. Alright? And of course, in our Yatra schedule also, we'll be going to Tota Gopinath. Very beautiful deity. That deity also got manifested through Mahaprabhu and Gadadhar Pandit, how it's being worshipped. Very beautiful deity. So he could have gone to Tota Gopinath, worshipping Gopinath. And the second thing is that, okay, he came here, but then, I'm not sure, how many of you have seen that Sila, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body print is there? How many of you have seen? Okay, some of you have not seen. But then once Mahaprabhu came here, this whole stone got melted. Is there any process, any scientific process? Our Pandaji, he was saying that, is there any scientific process? Right? Where we have seen that stone gets melted. Pasu pakhi jara. Right? What is it? Pasana vidare. Right? Pasu pakhi jhure. Right? Suni jara guna gatha. Right? That's why Chaitanya Charitamrita Krishna's cover is Sri Krishna Chaitanya daya karo vichara. Vichara karile chitte paive chamatkar. Can you really imagine the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? The ecstatic feeling that he was showing. That, he was so much of in separation that stone got melted. Right? Of course, tomorrow also we'll go to Sri Mandira. And Sri Mandira also we'll see. Mahaprabhu used to take darshan near Garuda Stamba. Okay? Mahaprabhu, he didn't like barge in to Lord Jagannath. He used to take darshan from Garuda Stamba. Why from Garuda Stamba? Yes? Yes. A devotee, he feels that he always wants to be shelter of the devotees. Mahaprabhu, apana karibu bhakta bhava angikar. Apane achari bhakti sikhai usabar. Mahaprabhu is teaching us that how to take shelter of the devotee. Oh Lord Jagannath, he's always showering his causeless mercy on Garuda because he's the best devotee. If somehow or other I'm just next to Garuda, definitely Mahaprabhu will show Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatame. Definitely Lord Jagannath will shower his mercy. Right? Yes, we cannot have darshan of Lord Jagannath. It's Lord Jagannath. He is really going to shower his mercy on us. We have to just beg from the place of Garuda Stamba. And that place also, yes, we see some finger melting of stone. Right? Finger marks are there. Some footprints are there as well. But here, this place is called Dvigunita Vipralamba Khetra. It's a double, it's a multiplied effect of Vipralamba Bhav of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Can you really understand the glories of this place? That when Mahaprabhu came here, the stone got melted. And now let's try to understand a little bit more deeper aspect. Why Mahaprabhu came here? Why? So then we have to go to little Krishna Lila. Because it said, Gaur Lila and Krishna Lila, they are not different. Just like, our Acharya is saying, Nam and Nami, they are not different. Krishna and Nam, they are not different. At the same time, The Naam is more merciful than Nami. The Naam is more merciful than the Lord Himself. Similarly, the Gaur Lila is more merciful than Krishna Lila, even though they are same. Right? So let's try to understand in Krishna Lila what happened. Right? Especially it is there in Ujjwala Nilamani and also in Srimad Bhagavatam a little bit. This is all spoken by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Okay, this is not our concoction. When Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur came, or even when Srila Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj, that mandap that we see here, that was really donated and organized by Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj on 1st January 1996. That was the last project of also Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj. Some of you might have visited ISKCON Bhubaneswar temple. So that's why you can see also the board also there. It is written right, on the centennial year of Srila Prabhupada. Centennial year 1996. That's where he kind of he wanted as a loving offering to Prabhupada. He had built that mandap. So yes, this story is told by Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj, quoting Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. When Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur came, he had told this story. So what they told, what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told, that this is the place where it is non-different than Govardhan. This non-different than Vrindavan. Now as I said, let's go back to Krishna Lila. So what happened? Krishna, he does so many playful pastimes. Very mischievous pastimes. It has so beautiful pastimes, so full of Madhurya Lila. And then as he was doing, one day, as a matter of playful pastimes, before the Ras Lila about to start in Govardhan, he started hiding himself. He hid himself from all the gopis. And all the gopis started searching. Oh Krishna! Oh Gopijana Vallava! Where are you? And they were calling out. Oh Krishna, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? And somehow, they saw that there was one 400 person. There was one 400, being standing. And the gopis asked, have you seen our Krishna? Alright? And this 400 being said, no, I don't know. But then this 400, Lord Narayana, he was thinking, I am Lord Narayana. They are not respecting me. They are not caring about me. Right? And they are asking for Krishna. How mad these girls are. Right? And then finally following behind those gopis, the best of the gopis, who was that? Radharani came. When Radharani came, when Radharani was just in front of Krishna, then what happened? Yes, the same Lord who is having 400 form became 200 form. It's called, that place is called Paitha. That place is called Paitha. In Govardhan, once you go there, we can see it. And this place is also non-different than this Paitha. So when we went there, what we saw there? Chaturbhuja form. Chaturbhuja form, right? But then when Mahaprabhu came here, he said, he saw what? He had darshan of 200 form. Because this is a mood that Mahaprabhu was really carrying. Or even Jagannath, temple also. Jagannath dekhe sakshat Brajendra Nandana in Chaitanya Charitamrita 14th chapter, Ante Leela, I think 30 verse or so. Krishna Kaviraj Goswami saying, when Mahaprabhu also used to go to temple, Sri Mandira, he used to see Jagannath as Brajendra Nandana, Shyam Sundar Krishna. So when Mahaprabhu also came here, he saw this Lord Alarnath as Shyam Sundar Krishna. And one still, Mahaprabhu was so much of in separation that, he started offerings, he started rolling on the ground. As he started rolling on the ground, this whole stone got melted. Right? It is so potense place, right? It's a full of bhava, right? Full of bhava, right? Sometimes, we might ask that, right? Like especially in the second canto of Bhagavatam, 3rd chapter, there is a nice discussion between Sutta Goswami and Sonakadi Rishis. Sonakadi Rishis are telling to Sutta Goswami, Tadayasmasaram Rudayam Batedam Yadgruhyamanam Harinamadheyam. But that heart is still framed. When we chant the holy name of the Lord, it doesn't get melted. That heart is still framed. Right? That's why our Acharya is saying, Keno Hare Krishna Naam Hari Bole Mana Prad Kandena केनो हरे कृष्णा नाम हरि बोले मन प्राण कांदे नाम. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying and crying out, "Oh Pakhi, oh this pigeon, you are saying so many things. Oh this tongue, you are blabbering so many things. But why are you not chanting the holy names of the Lord?" Because once we chant the holy names of the Lord, yes, we really feel that how the Lord and the name, they are not different. They are Abhinatvam Chintamani. But somehow, because of our avidya, because of our jaundice like disease, we are not able to appreciate it, this holy names of the Lord. And would you like to understand what really had happened? Right? Another pastime when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What happened? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, like today morning only we heard from Prabhuji that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Puri with the instruction of his mother. And after that, right? And then he said, okay, before staying in Puri, let me go to South India. Let me go to South India, and now let me, in the guise of, in the thought process of that, okay, let me go and find my elder brother Vishwarupa. I'll try and transform the whole South India through these holy names of the Lord. Right? And then taking permission from Sarvam Bhattacharya, taking permission of Lord Jagannath, then he started coming. Right? He started coming to this place. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is mentioned, this is the first place it is recorded that where Mahaprabhu performed his pastimes. It is a very, very beautiful pastimes. Right? You can read it from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, 7th chapter. Now, how it really happened. Kanchana sadrusa deha aruna vashana Pulakasru kampasveda tahate bhushanam. All the residents of this village, they got astonished. What kind of an ornament this sannyasi is wearing? What he was wearing? Some big jewelry. That's what he was looking beautiful. What is the bhushana of the sannyasi? Yes, Pulakasru kampasveda. He was having so much of ecstasy while chanting the holy names of the Lord. And Arunam Vasanam, he's wearing a saffron cloth. Arunam Nayanam Vasanam Charanam Badane Skwalitam Swakanamadharam Kurute Surasam Sakala Jagatam Pranamami Sachi Sutta Gauravaram. Sarva Bhattacharya sing this, beautiful bhajan. Pranamami Sachi Sutta Gauravaram. Right? Oh Lord, your Arunam, you're like your saffron is your eyes, your badanam, your body, your charanam, everything is so beautiful. And seeing his beauty, and not only beauty, the way Mahaprabhu started dancing along with his associates, right? And there's so much of intoxicated, right? So much of intoxication. They were chanting, Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal, Kesava Madhava Dina Dayal. Boliye! Dina Dayal. Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal, Kesava Madhava Dina Dayal. Dina Dayal, Prabhu Dina Dayal, Dina Dayal, Prabhu Dina Dayal. Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal, Kesava Madhava Dina Dayal. So when Mahaprabhu was dancing and singing, like all the devotees, they were really mad. At that point of time, there was one more mad person who was there. Do you know who was that? Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu then, he said, oh Krishna, what is really happening? Then he predicted one thing. Would you really like to know what was his prediction in this place? Would you like to hear? देखी नित्यानंद प्रभु कहे भक्त गणा देखी नित्यानंद प्रभु कहे भक्त गाना এই রূপে গ্রামে গ্রামে হইবে নৃত্য So yes, Nityananda predicted that yes, this kind of singing and dancing will now spread all over the universe. Haribo! Yes, including Hallis and all the gullies of Bengaluru also. Yes, right? Yes, one time there was one devotee called Dolo Govinda Sastri, one of the disciples of Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur, right? And he was doing a tuition. He was teaching some students some Bhakti Shastras. At that point of time, Abhay Charan, he was a Grihastha, and Abhay Charan, he was hearing what he was teaching, and then this Dolo Govinda Sastri, he was also teaching them this prediction of Mahaprabhu. What is the prediction of Mahaprabhu? Prithivite yachayati nagarati gram sarvatra prachara hoi bemora naam. Right? What is it? That is a prediction of Mahaprabhu that he had predicted. That what? Every village, this Harinam Sankirtan will spread all over. Right? But then Lord Govinda Sastri was thinking, will it be really possible? I don't know. Right? And as he was thinking like this, and then Prabhupada, he overheard it. Prabhupada said to him, yes, it is possible. And the Lord Govinda Sastri started thinking, will it mean that who will spread? And Prabhupada replied, it's not you. Right? Yes. How many of you are there in our, last time we were in Champahati, in Gaur Gadadhar temple, we heard, all of you are there. We discussed that how Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur, he told that yes, one devotee there, he will go and spread, right? So yes, Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur had so much of faith in Srila Prabhupada to spread this, to make it materialize. And my dear friends, not only Prabhupada did in this verse, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 7th chapter, verse number 82. This is what it is. And if you see the purport, Prabhupada is giving a key also, secret of success of preaching. Would you like to hear? What is the secret of success for preaching? How it can be possible? He's saying that as long as the devotees are following 4 regulative principles strictly and chanting minimum 16 rounds every day, daily, definitely this will be also successful wherever the devotees follow it. Haribo! You see how Srila Prabhupada has given this open secret to everyone. Whoever it is, from whichever background, whichever place it is, we have to just do what? Strictly follow the 4 regulative principles and chant. Prabhupada didn't say 16 rounds. Prabhupada said what? Minimum 16 rounds. Because for most of the times what happens? 16 mala ho gaya. Bas. Right? Our Indra Prabhu. How many of you know Indra Prabhu in Vrindavan? He started our 24 hours Sankirtan, right? He had a board, in front of his house. Right? Because most of the devotees, they used to come for darshan, they used to speak to Indra Prabhu, one Prabhupada's disciple who was really so fiery devotee for Sankirtan. He started this 24-hour Kirtan in Vrindavan. He had written a board in front of his room. If you have chanted 16 rounds, please chant 32 rounds. If you have chanted 32 rounds, please chant 64 rounds. And if you have chanted 64 rounds, please chant 128 rounds. And if you have completed 120 rounds, please allow me to complete my 128 rounds. And still, if somebody knocks the door, right, then Indra Prabhu would respectfully say that, now I have a very important appointment with the Supreme Lord. Is there something more important that you have? If you have, then I am ready to discuss with you. Right? Once again, right? Why we are kind of bringing this point? Yes, it is not just by number of rounds, right? Definitely will not. Bahujan mein kare yadi Shravana kirtan tabu to na paye Krishna prema pradhan, right? Even if you are chanting for millions of lifetimes also, you will not get prema dhana. Krishna Kaviraj Goswami is saying, right? Why? If you are not chanting very proper, consciousness, proper attitude. Unless we take shelter of Panchatattva, unless we take shelter of Guru Parampara, and we do this with faith, with humility, with attention. Right? Yes, once we chant, it's an offering to the Lord. We distinctly pronounce, we attentively hear, and we prayerfully cry out from the heart. Just three things. Right? Three things. We have to just distinctly pronounce the holy names. And we have to attentively hear. It's not only chanting, hearing is also important. And yes, the nature of the mind is to get distracted. But how do you really bring back that mind to chant the holy name sincerely? Right? Yes. And then prayerfully you cry out the Lord. That's why, we have to hear the Prabhupada's basic classes. Prabhupada is saying, this chanting is so nice. Some of you might have heard this. Prabhupada says again and again, this chanting is so nice. You have to just chant and hear. What is the difficulty? What is the difficulty? That just by hearing prayerfully, by, submissively, receiving the grace of the Lord while chanting, we can really progress in our Krishna consciousness. Yes. And, right? Yes, Nityananda Prabhu had prediction that how this holy name will spread all over the world. And this is the place, right? Like there's a very detailed pastime we'll not discuss, but I would request how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he is giving a sample, right? How Mahaprabhu was chanting, and then whoever was coming in touch with Mahaprabhu singing and dancing, they used to chant Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna. Still, I see some devotees, they don't have faith that whether it will really work. Because when they used to start chanting and they used to go to their village, by seeing them, they used to chant Krishna, Krishna. And when these devotees were kind of getting untouched, somehow or other, as they were walking, as they were going here and there, and the other person, whoever they were seeing, they were chanting Krishna, 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 hey. Krishna, 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 Rakshama. Hare Krishna, 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 Pahi Ma. Hey Rama, Raghava, Rama, Raghava, Rama, Raghava, Rakshama. Krishna, Kesava, Krishna, Kesava, Krishna, Kesava, Pahi Ma. Hey, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo. So Mahaprabhu used to just chant this mantra, this Krishna, Krishna, Krishna hai, and Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Just by chanting, he was transforming the entire village. And from that village, he was going to another village. And it was spreading much more, stronger and much more in a speeder way than even the COVID. Right? Yes. This is so contagious. This is the power of Mahaprabhu's Kirtan. Yes, it is possible, right? When we came just 3 years back, we were just a couple of devotees, right? Maybe 200 devotees. And after 3 years, we are now more than 600 devotees, right? Yes, why? How it is possible, right? Just this. Once you take shelter of the holy name, And this like Prabhupada once again, he was saying that, what? I just used to go to the Tompkins Square Park from 2 to 5 and I used to just chant. Nothing else. Prabhupada is saying, the class in 1973 in New York, he's saying that even I didn't have enough money to distribute prasadam also. I didn't have anything. I just used to take shelter of the holy name. That faith in the holy name. So once you come to this dham, it is very, very important to boost our faith in the holy name. That there is nothing. Hare Nama, eva kevalam, kalo nasteva gatiranyata. We should prioritize taking center of the holy name. Right? And then we see that how miraculous things will really happen in our heart. Right? On this beautiful place, can you take this sankalpa that yes, we want to prioritize the holy name in our life? Is it possible? Still some devotees are a little scared. What will happen if Lord will take everything once we chant the holy name? No. Bhakti yoga, bhakti yoga, bhakti yoga dhana. Bhakti yoga Krishna nama smarana krandana. Real treasure of all of us by coming to Dham, we realize that real treasure is what? Bhakti yoga. And what is Bhakti yoga? Krishna nama smarana krandana. Yes, to loudly call out from our heart, to remember the Lord's name, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila of the Lord. And not only that, with the tears in our eyes, being grateful that, oh Lord, I don't deserve it, but how come you have really given this holy name to me? Let me not leave, whatever. Deha khanda khanda jai, that's the mood of Haridas Thakur. Even if somebody wants to chop my body, I don't care. But I will not leave the holy name. Right? This is what the determination that we should have. This is the faith we should have. And in being in a humble mood, we should take shelter of the holy names of the Lord. Right? Yes, as we have some South India pastime, we'll discuss more how this formula that Mahaprabhu did, how he really applied to each of the villages. But now let's move forward. Right? So this happened in 1918. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur took sannyas. March of 18. And in July, 3rd of July 1918, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur came to this place. And as Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur came to this place, along with, it is mentioned that 23 devotees, he came. And as soon as, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur came, he didn't came by bus or car. He came by walk. Right? And he came, and just seeing this place, it reminded him of Vrindavan. And he got completely on consciousness, just being in this place. And then it is mentioned, as he was really remembering the Lord, he was feeling so grateful to the Lord that he has been brought to this beautiful place of Alarnath. He had developed a desire that how he wants to establish a matha. And also he wants to do renovation of this temple. He wanted to do renovation of the temple. At that time it was completely dilapidated. Even the walls also were not there. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur had a strong desire to serve Dham. And he has such a strong desire to serve Dham, and as quickly as possible to renovate this Dham. Do you know what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was doing? Anybody knows? He was helping all the laborers. In what way? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur saw that all these people, local people, they are spending a lot of time preparing bidis and smoking. Right? So what can I do now? I have to get the job done as quickly as possible for the pleasure of the Lord. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur started rolling the bidi for them. Can you imagine? Right? This is the quality of a devotee. Right? They can do anything, right, for the pleasure of the Lord. And as we were discussing this pastime while coming, right, Hariketra Prabhu was mentioning that, and our devotees, they don't have to do roll the BD. What they have to do as we are preparing this nice temple, you have to enroll. We have to enroll, our near and dear ones, our family friends, our colleagues, for our Ekadasi Sankalpa. That yes, this is the desire of the Lord, this is the desire of the devotees. They want to serve. Right? Yes, by serving the Lord and His devotees, that's how our purification happens. Yes, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur did it. And he really renovated everything so nicely. And after that, he came and then he heard this pastime of Gopi Gopinath, right? And then he installed this deity. After this, we will be going now to have darshan of this Gopi Gopinath deity, established by Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. And yes, established Brahmagiri Gaudiya Math, because this place is called Brahmagiri. It's called this Gaudiya Math as a Brahmagiri Gaudiya Math, and he has established this deity, Gopi Gopinath. And over a period of time, 1929 or so, once Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur had come, and the head pujari of this temple, please hear this carefully. Head pujari of this temple, he found a very beautiful deity, Ucha Vigraha of Alarnath. Exactly same form. We'll see that very soon now. Exact same deity with the Ucha Vigraha, the head pujari found out. And he started worshipping in this temple. But as the days passing by, this head pujari got a dream that I'm really happy with your seva. At the same time, I want to be worshipped by this sannyasi. Sila Bhakti Siddhanta Sarvati Thakur. Sila Bhakti Siddhanta Sarvati Thakur ki! And then with so much of grateful heart, this devotee who went and he asked there in the Gaudiya Math, is there any devotee called Bhakti Siddhanta? And then he said, yes, there is our Acharya, he is sitting there. And as soon as Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur heard this, he took this deity and he put it on his chest and he started crying. Oh Lord, you are so merciful. I don't have any qualification to worship you, but you chose to be worshipped. And now, the same deity now will find it now in this Brahmagiri Gaudiya Math. Will now request our Pujariji there also. He can show us that exactly the same deity. Right? The Utsav Vigraha is there now. You see how the Lord reciprocates with the desire of His devotees. Right? So here, in this place, once you come here, right, we said two things. We have to purify our intent and we have to prioritize the intensity in taking shelter of this Panchanga Bhakti. There is no other way, no other way, no other way. Sila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Alarnath Bhagavan ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Any questions? Anybody else? Questions, clarifications?